So I want to make a video on the topic of living a life you won't regret. And while I'm only 21 years old and I haven't experienced, 50, 60 years of life, and I've only been in my 20s for a year, I would say that I live a very, very fun and enjoyable life at my age because I choose to live a life that I know that I will not regret. And it really all comes down to just changing the way you think about making decisions, saying yes to certain things and saying no to other things as well. But because I've made these changes in the ways I think and make decisions, I've been able to live a really fun life, honestly, for the last 2 years since, starting my entrepreneurship journey, I guess you can call it. 2 years ago, I was working a part-time job. I was making like $16 an hour, and I didn't hate the job, but obviously nobody wants to be doing that forever. And I would say that I was living a life that I would have regretted if I kept on doing what I was doing, right? I would look back 50 years from now and I would have been like, what the fuck did I decide to do? I was in community college. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I had no direction in life. I was hanging out with friends, just smoking 24/7, just getting high, fucking off. And even though I enjoyed those things at that time, just as much as I enjoy the things I do now, I was living a life of regret because I wasn't thinking the way I think about doing things now. And I think it's really important that people understand this as young as possible so that they can live a very fulfilling life, as soon as possible. And for the people who might not actually know me or might just be finding this channel for the first time, my name is Sam. I'm 21 years old. I've been in the make money online space for just about 2 years now. Obviously, I just said I was working a part-time job 2 years ago, and in the last 2 years, I have found decent success. I'm nowhere close to where I want to be. I'm proud of where I'm going. In the last 2 years, I was able to attain two amazing cars I love. I drive one of my dream cars now. It's right down there, and I'm able to travel. I'm going to Europe in literally 5 days, and I have an amazing group of friends that I'm here in Aspen with. I was just 200 people actually in this giant meetup and this Discord server that I'm in, but I want to give you guys some sort of credibility so you don't just think I'm some random dude talking to you guys on YouTube about how to live a good life. So let's dive into reason number one, or shift number one, in the way you think and do things. And that is taking fear that you are feeling when you are challenged with these decisions that you need to make and just fucking doing it anyways. Because I think fear, obviously everyone experiences fear 24/7. I've never met anybody who says they're never feeling fear, at least at some point. Anybody who tells you they are never feeling fear is lying to you. What they are doing is feeling fear and just doing the thing anyways. Because fear will often hold you back from doing things, and you'll regret that thing a lot later. You might even regret it 5 minutes after not doing it. For example, and I'm gonna use a very basic answer here. Let's say you're at a bar, you see a girl you like, and you want to go up to her, right? You want to say something, but you don't say anything. Why? Because the fear takes over your mind and it says, no, we shouldn't do this, because somehow you think that your life is better without the rejection, without the no, than it is if you just went and tried to do something. And then you go home later that night and all you could think about is, wow, I really wish that I went up to that girl and I said something. And now you are feeling regret. Why? Because you simply let fear take over instead of doing what you actually want to do. And you can talk about the business side as well, of investment, right? Well, when I first started my Make Money Online experience, I spent over $3,500 on a course. And that was literally the last money I had in my bank account. Every part of me was horrified. Literally, I just spent the last money I had been saving up for almost 2 years with part-time jobs, and I just spent it all. I could have very easily not done that, and yeah, I would have had an extra $4,000 in my bank account at the time, but I wouldn't be sitting here in this chair in Aspen, Colorado with fucking my best friends, driving one of my dream cars, all because I did the thing that I was scared of. And because of that, I live a life that I don't regret. And then there is just thinking about regret itself. This is the second shift, is literally every decision you make, you should be thinking, is this going to be something I regret 50 years down the line, or when I'm in my deathbed, right? For example, let's take traveling, for example. They didn't want to spend $1,000 on a trip, right? They had a couple $1,000s to spend, let's say, but they wouldn't want to do it because that $1,000 to them at the time was more important than the memories, seeing new things around the world. And to me, it's 80 years from now, my deathbed, am I gonna regret not spending the $1,000 and not having this experience with my best friends? Or is that $1,000 gonna mean so much more to me in 80 years than those experiences would mean? And that's also how I think about when I buy my cars too. It's can I afford it? Yes. And everyone's well, what if you go broke? Or what if this happens? What if that happens? In the off chance that somehow that car made me go broke, I wouldn't regret it at all. In just 2 months of driving it, I have had an amazing time. The experiences, the people I've met, that even if I went broke tomorrow because of the car, I wouldn't take back a thing. Me, 80 years from now, on my deathbed, would not regret a single thing about what I did. And that is how I live. I live knowing that me, 80 years from now, wouldn't wish that I did something differently. And you can also think about the term, maybe you're familiar with the practice, memento mori, right? It's the understanding that you are going to die. You are going to die, so live life to the fullest, right? It sounds trite, cliche, whatever, but it's very true, right? We are going to die, right? You can make as much money as you want. I want to make as much money as I want, but at some point I'm going to die, right? And it's a privilege to know that, because it allows you to just do things that you want to do. And you can even go deeper into it and talk about like optimistic nihilism. I learned this from one of my favorite, just like minds in the space, Naval Ravikant. He talks about optimistic nihilism, which is, the feeling or the understanding that the universe is meaningless, right? Like at some point the sun's going to blow up and everything we've built is going to go to zero, right? Everything goes to zero, which means the universe has no meaning, nothing has meaning, which is also freeing as well, because I get to create my own meaning in life. If my meaning is me, maybe doing some dumb things, I'm still happy knowing that I will not regret that, right? At the end of the day, everything is gonna go to zero. Do the fucking thing, buy the car, talk to the girl, start your business, just do whatever you want, because at the end of the day, it's all going to go to zero. And that's also another thing that I think about when I make decisions is like, if everything goes to zero, like what effect does this rejection have on me, right? Like if the girl says no, what do I have to lose, right? There's millions, billions more of them. If the car makes me broke, then so what? I start back from zero. I know how to get right back up to where I am now. Even if you're already successful and you still struggle to make hard decisions, understand that you've learned skills, right? If everything goes to zero in your bank account, you can get right back to where you are. You have to start living without regret, because I can think back to almost every decision I've ever made that was like, this is a risk, do I take it? And every time I've done it, I have never, ever, ever been led to something horrible. It just leads you back to where you are. Like for a while, I didn't want to move. I was in Tucson, Arizona, trapped in a fucking shoebox, no motivation, but I was scared to move, right? Because it cost more money and my college tuition or my college fund was paying for my rent at the time. But I didn't want to move because then I had to pay more money, right? It's like, is it worth it? Do I move early and pay double rent? And I thought about it for so long. And finally, I moved, and I would not take back a thing. Literally, not a thing. Even though I spent a little more money, I made that money tenfold by moving. I don't want this to be too long of a video because I can go on and on about this. But at the end of the day, it's really important to understand those surface level things and to start acting and making decisions with those ideas implemented in your brain. From this point on, the moment you end the video, start living with no regret. That's also one thing. Like I think a lot of people watch videos like this and then they don't take action, right? Like you watch a video like this, you consume this information, and then you go and you live life just how you did before you came across this video. So like I want you to literally close this video after this and go make a decision, something you've been thinking about, dwelling upon, and just do it, right? Think about it. Will I regret this in 80 years? Probably not. You probably will not regret you doing this in 80 years. You probably regret you not doing it more often than you will regret actually doing it, right? So do that. Take action. Make a decision today. Close this video. Go start a fucking business. Go text that girl you've been thinking about texting, and you will completely see the shift in quality of life. This isn't some hack to escape fear. You're never going to escape that fear. It's always going to be lingering in the back of your head. It's just about acting on it. It's about acting even though you are full of fear. If you enjoyed this video, I would love if you subscribed and stayed around for some other ones. I have some other videos up as well. This may be coming out before the Aspen vlog, so you guys can watch that after as well. But I appreciate you guys. I'll see you in the next video.